Hello and welcome to this video where we will talk about solenoid actuator. In this tutorial we have two parts. In the first part we will model the geometry in 2D and simulate it using 2D simulation around z-axis. Previously we saw 2D simulation that solved on xy plane. In this simulation the geometry will be solved around z-axis. It means that all the parts that we are drawing will be swept around z, and results and calculation are based on this symmetric simulation around z-axis. In the next part, we will analyze the same model in 3D, and we can compare the results of 2D simulation around z-axis and a 3D simulation. I have the geometry and surfaces for plunger, magnetic core and coil, and for completing the 2D simulation we just need to draw the region and, as we discussed before, a user coordinate system to be the reference for 2D simulation. So let's create region and select the XY plane, a 2D sketch on XY plane, and we just need a rectangle. It's done, and to have a covered surface we need to select patch option. Now the drawing is complete and we have core, plunger, coil, and region. Let's start the simulation after we created the user coordinate system. To create a correct coordinate system, we need a user coordinate system which this line, this edge, will be the z-axis. To define that, we need two lines for x and y-axis. To draw that line, I will create a new part and choose this surface for creating 2D sketch. I need line in this surface. So one line will be this one and the other will be this one. Now we have two lines and we can use UCS on these lines. The Z vector is on the edge that we need. Click on return, and the simulation geometry is complete and we have a Z vector in the correct place. Now we have to go to the simulation tab and create 2D study. In this project we just need a magnetostatic because we want to use the DC current for the coils. In the solution type, when we have to select planar on XY plane or axisymmetry in RZ plane, we can choose this coordinate system that we created. And I want to have the inductances and other circuit parameters too. When you select this option, we don't need to set the depths of geometry because all the parts will be swept around z-axis. We don't need any z depths anymore. Click on OK, and the simulation tree is ready. We just need to select the materials for plunger and core, which both will be ferromagnetic materials. I will select both of them and apply material from the comprehensive material center. Let's select silicon steel material as M300, for example, which is very useful in electrical machines. The permeability is nonlinear and we have loss curve too. So select this material for the core, and coil will be copper. We can find the copper and air in the favorite material. Copper, and the region will be air. The materials are defined. We need to add boundaries. Let's select magnetic vector potential, and we need to define edges for this magnetic vector potential. Select all the edges of the region and value will be 0. For the excitation, we have a wound coil that we need to select the surface, which is this one, and the entry and exit will be the same in this 2D simulation around Z, and the current will be 100 number of turns with dedicated filling factor and 1 ampere as the current input. When you select the filling factor, the wire size will be automatically calculated. Click on OK, and the excitation is finished too. One of the outputs of the solenoid actuators or relays is the force, so we need to measure the force on this plunger. Let's hide the region and add virtual work to this plunger that we want to measure the forces. Click on OK, and the simulation is almost done. We can use the default mesh on the whole geometry, or if we need more precise calculation, we can add mesh control. For mesh control, I want to select all important faces like coil and cores and force the element size to be maximum 1 millimeter. Click on OK, and simulation is ready to be analyzed. Let's just create mesh to observe the mesh accuracy and then decide to improve the mesh or go to the simulation analysis. Show mesh on this magnetostatic. The mesh size can be more precise because 2D simulation is very fast and we can have much more accurate mesh. I will make it 0.2 millimeter. Create mesh again and show mesh. It is much more precise mesh. Let's add the region 2 to be sure about its mesh. Show mesh again, and the accuracy of mesh in the region can be increased too. I will add another mesh control and just select the region and force it to have maximum 0.5 millimeter length. Now I'm sure about the accuracy of mesh, and let's click Analyze to extract the results. Click on Run and wait for the results. As it is a 2D simulation, the speed is very fast. We can go to the view and hide the user coordinate system, and in the CAD model we can hide this line that we created just for defining the coordinate system. In the results, we have tabular results which shows the force, resistance, and current and ampere terms. And as we can see, the resistance is 0.26 ohm, the force, and ampere terms for current. The force is negative and 0.07 newtons. We simulated very small actuator and the force is too low, but we have to see the magnetic flux density to have a better estimation of flux distribution. Let's see. The magnetic flux density is very small. It's 0.1 Tesla, which is far away from the saturation knee. So we can increase the number of turns or current in the coil to increase the flux density. So we will go again in the simulation tab, find the excitation and edit the excitation. We can increase the number of turns or current 10 times to have realistic flux density. So I will make it 1500 number of turns and analyze the simulation again. In this way, we are sure that the force will be increased too. Now first, let's plug the magnetic flux density, which is normal and not saturated yet. And the maximum value is 1.76 Tesla on the edge. It's very small region and not saturated in the middle of the core or plunger. Now let's measure the force that we have here. As you can see, we increased the number of turns and the resistance increased too. It is almost 4 ohm now. And the force is minus 17 newtons, which is very strong force for this small actuator. But as we don't have any saturated part, it's working well. This simulation was just a sample of 2D simulation around Z-axis, but in next parts, we will change the moving part distance between the core and plunger to increase the force, as we expect when we decrease the distance between this plunger and the core, the force will increase a lot. In 3D simulation, we model the same geometry and measure forces and field values around the air gaps to validate 2D results with the 3D one. And please don't forget to hit the like button and see you in the next video.